Let's begin with Chauncey. Why are you in a hotel room?
It's actually not a hotel room. It's actually my room. Um, it looks like a hotel room because it's pretty much empty. I like to keep my bedroom clean. Nothing in it. It's specifically for sleeping. When I come in through the door, all I'm thinking about is sleep. It's just a way to communicate to my body that hey, it's time to sleep. Shut off the brain and just rest.
Very interesting. So you have dedicated rooms for certain tasks. So then I'm presuming you have a work room as well, right? A room to eat, a
Absolutely.
room
I,
to sleep
I
in.
have a place where I eat, a place where I work, and a place where I sleep. So being able to do that, you're kind of tricking or hacking your brain. So
Right. I've heard a similar thing about, let's say, you can make it a habit of if you sit down on a certain sofa, take a drink of water. And then eventually, every time you sit down on that sofa, you'll want to drink water. So in this case, you go into a room. If the only thing you do is work in that room, then every time you walk in, you'll only want to work. I guess similar situation. How have you noticed in terms of productivity? How has that boosted it or increased?
it's night and day. It is night and day. When I step into my workroom, it's just like it's like you take pre-workout before a workout. You just it just your brain just turns on into work mode, and you can kind of get into that flow state very quickly.
Right. How long ago did you implement that?
I started implementing that 6 months ago.
Was that when you joined the real world as well?
Yes, yes.
Interesting.
So I joined the real world about 8 months ago. 8 months ago, I got into the copywriting room, and the professor was talking about, to to increase your productivity, you need to get into a flow state. So I thought about it and figured out a way where I can get into that flow state quickly to increase my productivity and get more work done. So I've been playing around with it, and it's definitely it's been helping.
Good. Great to hear. But in terms of wins to discuss, I saw them in the crypto and stocks campuses. So could you explain what they were about?
Yeah, we can start with crypto. I've made about $10,000 overall since joining the real world with crypto. I've made about $5,000 uh, trading NFT. I got the tip from Professor Michael. So he has been harping on it. I did my research, do my due diligence, and was able to get into the NFT unit. My other 5,000 was just from all the lessons and signals that professor gives. So
And
overall, even in the bear market, I'm making money.
good, good. And then in terms of stocks,
In terms of stock, I've made about $15,000 overall. Within the last 2 weeks, I made $3,000. So it's been a great month for me, and I think it's gonna be a lot better next month. All the lessons that the professor's giving us, um, all the improvements that's been made in the real world, it's there's no way I can't lose. I mean, no way I can't win.
right? Love that.
Put in the time, and you will win. Just trust in the professor.
Right. So in terms of unique insights you've seen either in the crypto campus or the stocks campus, would there be something you could give a insight to?
As far as my experience go,
Yep, with the material within the reward.
the material it's nothing I've ever seen before. I've been to universities. I have an engineering degree. I've I've been to seminars, and the material inside the real world, it's another level. It's another level. You are actually learning from people who have done it, not people who's learned from a book and trying to pass that knowledge on to others. You're actually learning from somebody who's been in the trenches, who's learned the ins and outs, has been burned many times, and have gotten better, and they're giving that their experience to you. So it's been great. It's been great. I'm always learning. I spend about 2-3 hours minimum inside the real world every day, on top of my, taking care of fitness, taking care of my regular job. Uh, I made it a habit, just like my room and my workspace, to spend at least 2-3 hours inside the real world.
Right. And since there's so many lessons there, I'm sure they won't mind if we leak just one. So, which one would you say has stood out to you?
So in the stock campus, the professor teaches us patience. Patience is key when you're investing your money. There are times to sit on your butt, and there are times where we take actions. And the hardest thing for me was just to sit and wait. But having the professors there, it really having them guide you and how they think, and if you just listen to it, it helps me become more patient with my trades, and that in turn has allowed me to make more money. Because usually I would jump into a trade just to be in a trade, and it would most of the time go the wrong way. So learning patience inside the stock campus is one thing that I take with me.
Yeah. So the mindset before that was it fueled by FOMO, fear of missing out, thinking, man, I need to trade this. Oh, I probably missed this. This would have been a good trade. Was it something like that?
Absolutely, FOMO's real. It really is. So to have the mental capacity to be patient and wait for a good trade is something that I gained inside the stock campus.
Yeah, perfect. And has that correlated to real life, that lesson?
I see it everywhere. Sometimes where I get in situations where I want to react to something, that ability to be patient has helped a lot during meetings where there's arguments, during times of negotiating my salaries, my raises, everything. It translates to everything you do.
Beautiful. Love that. And now moving on to has the community within the real world had any kind of impact on you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's true. You are the sum of five people that you surround yourself with. Well, inside the real world, you have thousands of people, thousands,
Hundreds,
and
hundreds of thousands.
yes, yeah, hundreds of thousands, and that's incredible. Anything you need, any questions you have, they're there, and they can get answered quickly. And and that's something unique to the real world, and not a lot of people have access to that, which they should. They should.
Mm-hmm.
So the people inside the real world, it just being in there, it motivates you to become better.
Right. And motivates you to become better. So, how different does your average day look like now compared to before you joined the real world? Is there any difference?
There's really it's a slight difference. Before the real world, I was by myself, learning by myself, doing research by myself. After joining the real world, I have brothers, I have sisters who's there to help me. We share knowledge, we share experiences, we share our plans. So now I'm not alone anymore. I have hundreds, thousands of people who's there to help me, and we're all striving for the same goal, which is financial freedom, to increase and level up.
Now, what would you say for has Tate had any kind of impact on you, if any?
He has a tremendous impact on me. Um, One in particular is taking accountability, take accountability for the things that you do. Everything is your fault. If you look at it that way, it just changes your life. It changes your mindset. Being able to take accountability for the things you do and not play the victim, it forces you to grow. It forces you to grow. It forces you to become better, or force you to want to be better, because everything is your fault. Your success is your fault. Your failures, the heartbreak, it's your fault. The raises you got is your fault. The job that you got is your fault. Take accountability, and that's what he's taught me.
Tate takes it to the extreme as well. If it's raining outside, that's his fault for getting wet, for not having previously thought of maybe bringing something to cover up. Anyway, it's a random example, but he takes it to the extreme is what I'm trying to
Absolutely.
say.
And I see myself doing the same thing. I get stuck in traffic. It's my fault. I should have left the house earlier.
What would you say have been the three biggest lessons you've learned from your time there? Can be in general, doesn't have to relate to the crypto or stocks campus.
The biggest lesson I've learned is there's a different level, there's a different world out there that only a few get to experience. And if I want to experience that, I have to work hard. I have to level up. I have to surround myself with good people, cut out the bad ones, and level up. Once you level up, you yourself get to experience that level, that life. And the real world gives you that. He gives you everything that you need. All you have to do is listen, put in the work, and you'll get there. The second thing is you get what you put in. If you join the real world and you do nothing, you're not going to get anything out of it. But if you really put in the work, you listen, you watch the lessons, you do what the professor tell you to do all the exercises, you're going to be surprised. You're going to see yourself. You're going to look back 3-4 months from now, and you're going to see a whole different person. You're going to be more knowledgeable. You're going to make money. You're going to make money regardless if you just put in the work. And that's the second point, is you get what you put in.
And third? So
the third one is you have to take care of your health. Your health is extremely important. If you had bad health, you won't have the energy to learn. So you need to take care of your health. It's like your baseline, your foundation. Drink a lot of water, exercise every day. If you do that, you'll get the energy, the mental clarity to absorb the knowledge that's being given to you in the real world.
In the real world, yeah. It's emphasized that healthy body is a healthy mind. There's a whole campus on nutrition, exercise, everything that relates to it. But then outside of the real world, if just a normal person was looking in, they'd be thinking, well, I want to make money, and you're teaching me mindset stuff and fitness stuff. Like, this isn't for making money. So why are you showing this? Like, I don't understand how this makes sense. I've seen that from a few YouTube videos I watched recently, actually. They just didn't understand how telling you to do, let's say, randomly throughout a lecture, like Andrew Bass would tell you do like 50 push-ups. He's like, I don't understand how this relates. It's really weird. But yeah, it's what you said with your third point. Now moving on to, for all the value you get inside of the real world, why do you think they only charge $50 a month for it?
I think they charge $50 for it because they have a good heart. They really genuinely want people to succeed. They can easily charge $500 a month for it. But the people behind this, they have a good heart. They want to make it affordable for people to join. If you can't afford $50 a month to change your life, that's sad. we, I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have gone out and party and spend way more than $50 on drinks or on food. Why not spend $50 on yourself? I think $50 a month is a good price because it's not too expensive where people won't join. It's not too cheap where everyone's going to join. So $50 is really is a steal, honestly. It's it really is a steal. So if I can spend thousands of dollars every month to travel to get knowledge, why wouldn't you spend $50 to just sit on your butt and get those knowledge from your computer or from your phone?
Right, completely agreed. And now for my final question. Since you're on this trajectory, where do you see your life heading in, let's say, 6 months to 1 year?
In 6 months, I will double my income. I will double my income because the knowledge inside the real world is is something you don't get from a regular university or anywhere else. So me saying I can double my income in 6 months, it's I'm not lying. There's so much information in there, and you get so much help that if I just put in the work, which I am, and I encourage others to as well, you can easily double your income.
Love that. And now for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
For people who want to find out more about me or contact me, send me a message on Instagram. It's Chonsy B, Chonsy, the letter B, and shoot me a question or anything you want to talk about.
Great. So, Chauncey, really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on for the interview. Let's do a follow up in a few months to see how things have scaled for you. And until then, I wish you all the best.
Likewise.